said like reviews. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have to, sure. I should check out my reviews. I like reading through them, like reviews. No, just that's like, yes, it is written by David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. His last name is Nicki Minaj. That would be big. I've seen it. Sure.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley. Yeah, very odd. I don't know what other neighbors on Ashley.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I don't know what his name like him. Yeah, I'm not sure. Settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I'd like Exactly. I need them to go babysit. I said like reviews. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have to, sure. I should check out my reviews. I like reading through them, like reviews. No, just that's like.
What about now? No, something's not connecting.
I think that's coping with that too. So, and it said like reviews like on Amazes. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have, I'm sure. I should check out and see. I like reading through them, like that's like, yes, I did written by, David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Nicki Minaj. Yeah, his last name is like Nicki Minaj. That would be big. I've seen like shirt.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley. Yeah, very odd. I don't know what mother
that's the time. I don't know what name Yeah, I'm not sure. I settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I like to do? Exactly. I think that's coping with that too. So, it said like reviews like on Amazes. Like actually, right. Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so. You might have, I'm sure. I should check out and see. I like reading through them, like that's like, yes, I did written by, David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. His last name is like Nicki Minaj. That would be big. I've seen like shirt.
I've never heard the song. I've heard Ashley. Yeah, very odd. I don't know what mother
that's the time. I don't know what name I can. I'm not sure. I settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I like to do? Exactly. And it's them coping with that too. And he said like reviews like actually right yeah probably yeah I think so you might have I'm sure I should I like reading through them like that's like yes, it is written by David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. I'm not sure what else. David Nicki Minaj. Yeah. His last name is like Nicki Minaj. That would be very. I've seen it. Sure.
I've never heard the song for Ashley. Yeah, very odd. I don't know what other names on Ashley.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know what name I came up with. Yeah, I'm not sure. Settle down somewhere, have money. Is that something I like to do? Exactly. And it's them coping with that too. He said like reviews like actually right yeah probably yeah I think so you might have I'm sure I like reading through them like
Okay. Um, can you see me? I'm not up yet. Okay. If you can hear me, tell me you can hear me wherever you're listening at, so I can make sure that I'm not just screaming into a silent mic. Okay. I'm over here fighting for my life today on tech issues. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start over and act like nothing I said ever happened. We're gonna start from right here. Okay, great. Thanks, Tia. Everybody say hello to my wife. She's helping me figure things out because stuff is just going literally haywire right now. Anyway, okay. So welcome to Society of Pop Culture 101. I am the host, BK Spades. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Nicki Minaj and her gold card. We're going to be talking about Wonder Man. And we're going to be talking about Kanye West's apology. And also, is it time for us to join the fight? Do me a favor, head over to www.societyofpopculture101.com so you can find everything you need on the show. Okay. Also, I failed to mention earlier that Get Well Soon Novocaine, Professor Novocaine Instructor Novocaine is sick, under the weather. So, much love to her. Hopefully, she can get past this ick that she has right now because I know those kids need her to be 100%. Um, but yeah, we're going to be talking about Nicki Minaj and this gold card thing because the internet, again, well, not again. Anyway, the internet has been a buzz ever since she did the whole Christian thing at the UN a few months back. And she's been cozying up to MAGA. And now she's basically the queen of MAGA, at least the queen of the face of MAGA, as it seems. So it's been a bit of a weird grift. I last week I said I was hoping it wasn't a grift, and this week, it is definitely we're definitely sure it's a grift because that gold card really costs a lot of money. Now I guess the question is, did she pay, or did she get it for the free ski? Because you ain't have to do all that for that card. You could have just paid that man the money, and you would have been fine. You would have got the card. So it's a little weird to me that you go through these great lengths to acquire the gold card. And another thing that's weird about all of this, what happens when he is no longer in office and the next administration doesn't hold up those cards? Like, what happens then? Because now we're in a whole different conundrum of, does it matter? Does your citizenship still stand? You know, it's just something to think about, especially with how we've seen the president move against people that he knows, against people that he trusts, in quotes. We've seen him do some really, we've seen him make some moves. First of all, what's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for popping through to the student section. Namke, am I saying that right? Because I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Because you be out here representing for like 3-4 weeks straight, and I feel like every time I say your name, I say it wrong. And with a name that I like, my name is Kimar. So if I ain't say when people don't say my name right, I get mad. If you hear the baby in the background, just ignore him right now. Also, what's up, Ouija Voss? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Do you think she gonna flip sides like Darth Vader? I mean, what? Because right now we're in the middle of Nikki's MAGA arc. What is she gonna do? Flip back to the good side? And then if she do flip, okay, I don't want to say good side because then that's picking a side. Are we saying she's gonna flip back to the Democratic side? Because if she does that, will she be accepted? Will she be trusted? You know? Which is, politics is always an interesting thing. It's always a grift. Even everybody has an agenda in politics. So you're gonna see a lot of people slide, especially your politicians. They're gonna slide in what their values are, depending on the moment that they need to reach, depending on which situation they need to conquer at the time. But there should still be a core value there. And is her core value something that can be trusted in the future? Like, we have Cardi B, right? Cardi B ain't switched up yet. She's been this same person. Now, some people have said that Nicki has always been this. And there was also arguments of like certain sectors of immigrants, especially in the diaspora, anything that's would be considered black here, you know, whether they're from a country in Africa or the Trinidad or Dominican Republic. And this is not my feelings, but a lot of times those people have like those preconceived notion of what they call foundational black Americans are, and they kind of ride with the stereotypes. Now, I'm not saying that's everybody. I would never do that. But apparently there's a sector of a few people that have said things about that against black Americans. So I don't think that would apply to Nicki though, given that she's been in America for so long. What is she like 4? So I don't think that's it unless her family influence was that strong. Ouija man, I'm doing good, man. A little not flustered, but just I like to be on time, and anytime that is delayed, it bothers me to my core. But I'm good, and again, I'm glad you popped through today because it's been a while. We really need to talk. I said that last season, I think. So yeah, I'm saying it again. We really need to talk on a personal level. Excuse me. Neil K says some people just like to dispute everything you say. Yes, their auto answer is no. I feel Nikki is this type of person. Maybe she does seem to be very, I don't want to say loud, flamboyant is a word because loud is a stereotype. She's definitely very flamboyant, but I do feel like Nikki has always been this type of person, especially with the evidence. It's calling it evidence like she's did a crime, especially with some of the stuff from her past that's coming up, things you may not pay attention to separately, but now that this whole MAGA arc of hers is continuing, it definitely seems like this is who she's been this entire time. And it's just kind of sad to see because a lot of people did look up to her. Um, she did have a lot of fans within the gay community or the LGBTQ community. They kind of looked at her as one of their beacons in a sense, as one of their champions, and to lose that representation, um, I know it can hurt. It can hurt. Which brings me to my point. And I understand that because as a Kanye West fan, I graduated in 2004 and we're pivoting now. So I graduated in 2004. Kanye West just dropped. It's the first album, you know, it's an amazing vibe. The music at that time of in 2004, my graduation year, of course, I'm gonna remember almost everything. You had the Love Below with Andre 3000. You had Speaker Box with Big Boy, and you had Kanye West. Like these three cats were the soundtrack of my senior year almost. With some other stuff, some Daft Punk thrown in there, some Farnsworth Bentley here and there, but T.I., of course. Shout out to T.I. on his new song, too, by the way. That thing banging. Feels like old time. I see everybody with the jokes about their hats automatically turning to the side now. Yeah, I feel it. But it's good to have him back rapping. Not that his jokes weren't bad. He's just getting better on the stage. Anyway, so seeing Kanye fall from the grace that Kanye West fell from, it that one bothers me. So I kind of understand why the community, the LGBT community, a lot of the women out here that championed Nicki Minaj as the queen of rap, they championed her for being like this, their women empowerment symbol for such a long time, and to just have that just feel like it's been a lie this entire time. I get it. We did a lot of talking about the mega church thing with Drewski, and I spent a lot of time talking about my feelings on being, a part of the Christian community. And so having an artist come through like Kanye was a breath of fresh air because Kanye not only represented the nerd vibe, he also, he dropped Jesus Walks. So it was like a moment of empowerment for us as well, because now we have an artist that's seemed to be Christian based. He didn't flaunt it like everybody else, in our community, because I'm small town kid from Gaston, Alabama. So, I'm in the Bible Belt. Come on, I'm in Alabama. So, seeing someone that's cool like Kanye, got the coolest fashions, some of the best songs he's written, come out and say, I'm fighting for Jesus too. It was a big thing. And to see his fall from grace and going to the white supremacy of it all really did hurt my heart a little bit. Man, it was a refresher of new beats, man. Like 2004 was so it was a magical time for me. I know everybody feels that way about the era that they grew up in, but it was something between like those high school years, 2000 to 2004. Man, music just felt so fresh and so pure, and Kanye West was a huge part of that. And to see the direction he's gone with the White Lives Matter thing he was doing, straight slavery was a choice. What's some other stuff that Kanye did here? Um, the whole arc with uh uh Candace Owens that he had, like it was all weird. That clash he had with Latham on TMZ that time about the whole slavery was a choice. Like I don't know what was going on with Kanye at that time. I don't know if he was just like, yo, I feel like saying something profound and it just didn't come out right. But Kanye is the type of person to double down on something. So he was just like, I said it, it's out there, let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Um, One second. You guys, I'm supposed to have a co-host tonight, and I'm talking to him right now. He just my homie just woke up. I'm finna tell him to come on through. This I feel so unprofessional right now. But yeah, I can't obviously I can't text and talk about Kanye at the same time. I have no skills. I'm not ambidextrous. Oh man, Jay Z was another artist that also Lupe Fiasco. These are people that's in my top five. Jay Z, Lupe Fiasco, Kanye West. Hey, now okay, I'm gonna say that for what he get on the screen. Ouija Voss said Kanye West needs to be admitted. You think so? This apology, why I don't have the whole thing on deck. I had no intentions on reading the entire thing, but I am. He did apologize to the Jewish community. He did talk about his mental health struggles and getting on new medications, and he also apologized to the black community for all the things he said. So now the question is, what level of us do we forgive? You know, the internet doesn't have, they never forget anything. And forgiveness is even harder in this day and age. So can you forgive someone? Is it for us to forgive him for everything he says? Personally, I would say yes. But that's a weird thing to say. You apologizing to millions and millions of people for something you felt or done within your time of mental illness, according to him. So if that is the case, if that is the case, I would say yes. We have to forgive him. I will forgive him because again, as a Christian man, I kind of like have to get to those points where I have to learn and understand people on a deeper level, because that's something I want to do, and that's something I've always done. Um, so if, like I told you, I was a little hurt from his fall from grace and some of the things he said because he was one of my favorite artists. But in that same light, I don't like to put people on these types of pedestals. So I don't feel like it is up to me to forgive him. Now, I mean, that's between him and God. Like, whatever him and God got going on, that's on one thing. But can I come back to Kanye, listen to his music again, ride with Kanye like I was? Not off the bat. I need him to show me something different, to kind of prove that he can still be that authority when he's talking about the black struggle, when he's talking about the racism, I need to see him be able to prove that he can still do those things before I'm just like, oh, Kanye's back. The meds were working exactly as intended. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Ouija Voss says, in time, I believe so, so he can forgive in time. And MK says, no, he's not my problem. I don't pay his bills. He has issues. He does have issues. I think a lot of that too is understanding the mental health of it all. Um, just because you have a moment with in your mental health where you go off the handle and you do some things and you say some things, it doesn't necessarily mean that the consequences don't matter. The consequences are still there. The consequences will still be there. At the end of the day, you did that. It does not excuse what you did, but I think it does bring a bit of an understanding to what you did. If that makes sense, you know? Um, if there is, I'm not a therapist or psychologist or anything like that, and I don't know exactly how every mental health disability works. But if you are out there and you know, then tell me if I'm wrong, but I still do believe that consequences matter, even if they're not as major as you think they should be. Let's see. Go back to the comments. Now, Kay once again says he lost his world when he lost his mom. I still love his music. He has to face his own battles on his terms. I like that. And I think that is probably like the cleaner way to address that, because it's not for us to fix, you know? It's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's troubling. And if we're just being totally honest, it's upsetting. He said things that could piss you off. He said things that was wrong. He said things that he probably deeply felt at the time, especially with the passing of his mom. Sometimes grief, um, mismanagement of medications, all of that plays a part in your mental health for sure. So maybe we do have to give him a lot more grace than what we have been giving him, you know? And that's my 2 cents on it. I am still trying to get my guest host to come through, and I'm not seeing him. So give me a quick second, you guys. Not that I'm ignoring you. I've done that long enough today. Again, I apologize for all the tech issues we were having, but I am going to send this link so he can jump into the show. Because I do also believe he had some things he wanted to say about Nicki. And so that means we might have to retract the conversation a little bit. Oh, editing is going to be a monster for me this week, isn't it? I had all intentions of just straight up dropping this uh, episode right after it was done, and I've come up with everything, but let's not retread this stuff. Nemk says, didn't mean to sound harsh, but he's not affecting my personal life, is what I mean. Oh, no. I absolutely understand that. He's not affecting mine either. It's just when you, in that time, in 2004, yes, I know I'm an older statesman here. You ain't got to say it. It was, you kind of living with that within that time period. It's not that I'm stuck there or anything. It's just, it was such a huge part of molding who I was as a young man at the time. We talked about Lupe. We're going to have to talk about the fact that you forgot about Lupe too now, okay? But yeah, we talked about Lupe earlier. While I never 100% agreed with what Lupe said, I still felt this vibe, so I get it. That's cold-blooded, Ouija Voss. Oh man, whatever. If you was born in 86, you turned 40. I know I can hear your knees crack. But yeah, like these are the people that molded my mental at times. They molded when I'm going through stuff in my youth. They were there, and I also feel like a lot of people feel that about Nicki Minaj, even though personally I wouldn't be like that, because of the content of her music. But for me, you have to understand that of why people are kind of upset about how Nicki is going because of what they went through in those moments of those dark moments, those hurtful moments. You were able to take these artists and connect with them. You found something to get you over whatever you were going through in your life at those times, especially when you're in high school and middle school. So anytime one of them go off the deep end and it kind of challenges it everything almost, but for sure it challenges your mental. Like, was I doing the right thing by listening to them? Did they ever have anything smart to say? Were these signs there this entire time, or was it something I wasn't picking up on? So I don't know what it is about like the conscious rap stream and how that music kind of, for some, not all, kind of seems like it radicalizes you. But with Nicki, it's weirder. What's going on, John? Good to see you. Uh, with Nicki, it's weirder because I didn't think she would be going down the maga arc that she's going down. But then again, you got money. So if I'm voting, because I'm pro, I'm progressive with my thought process. So, I want to see things move forward. I want universal health care. I want universal child care. I want universal community college. I want these things. So a lot of the artists from my time period kind of molded that into me a little bit too. It was already in my mindset, but I've always been like, everything should be for the people, and not the government. But when you cross over to a certain tax bracket or a certain amount of money, what does that do for you? Like, because now you're gonna want to protect that money, and it is it fair to say? I don't know. I don't know that I can't tell you, but it does seem like once you get a certain amount of money, you kind of ride that wave a little bit. Not everybody, but you kind of go more conservative, not necessarily like MAGA or Republican. You kind of go conservative because you want to protect your money. You want to protect what you already earned. You don't want no one to take that from you. And a bigger government usually means you got to give up more money on the tech side. And then if I'm seeing billionaires and millionaires, JB's here. If I'm seeing billionaires and millionaires find these loopholes and tax cuts, I'm a rapper. I grew up idolizing these people. I'm gonna want to get a piece of that chocolate too. And let's not even forget to mention that there are so many songs with Donald Trump's name in it, of rappers just throwing Trump name because he was like the money guy for a whole generation of people. So now that I'm thinking about it and I'm talking myself through this with you guys, and you guys are helping me form this conversation, it does make a lot of sense that a lot of rappers from our time are fans of Donald Trump. But right now, you guys, I'm gonna bring up my co-host for the evening for the rest of the episode. We're gonna get his thoughts on some things too that we already talked about. So give it up for the homie JB versus the world.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
You was about to go on the epic intro, and
oh no,
we got nothing from you, my guy. Why you do
hear
that?
me?
MK says, right, I'm disappointed in Nicki. I thought she would face adversity, not be the adversity. I like the way you capitalize that B. I'm a sucker for capital letters in these conversations. While we wait on him to figure out his tech issue. That's what I thought too. I thought Nicki was gonna be one of those rappers that's gonna be like, I've made my money, now I'm gonna pick you up too. And it doesn't seem like that. I know what it looks like right now. I know what it looks like right now, especially with her helping with this money thing, the nest
Can you
egg
hear me
thing
now?
that she's can't hear you, JB. This nest egg thing that she's being a part of. I, so you guys, again, you do still have to understand how politics work. Everything that a politician does is not always just for the good of the people. Can we benefit from them trying to get some extra love for the next election? Yes, but we have to start paying attention to.
Can you hear me now?
I still don't hear you, JB. Ouija Voss said he heard you. Oh, okay, okay. How does everybody else hear him, but I can't?
That's crazy.
I don't know. Let me see. Today seems like one of those days, you guys.
Today is definitely one of those days. This month has
One
been a
second.
whole
I
year.
think it might be me. It's definitely me. Ah, I see the issue. I see the issue. I hope you wasn't screaming the F bomb that
Nah, I did
loud.
that silently.
Okay, okay.
You got me.
I got you. So what had happened was
What had happened was, first of all, I
my
like to apologize.
headphones is on the wrong frequency. I'm sorry. My
Oh, okay.
bad.
My
You guys. When I tell
as
you all my settings, my computer malfunctioned last night.
okay,
And so now I'm resetting everything up and everything is not setting up correctly.
understood.
Uh
But yeah, I like to
I thought
apologize
it
for my.
was.
Can you hear me now? We
Yeah, yeah,
good?
yeah. We can hear you.
Okay. I like to apologize for my tardiness. On my way to class, somebody in an unmarked video with a mask on asked me, "Do I belong here?" I'm like, "This is Wakanda. Get out my face." It was a whole thing.
So um can you get closer to your mic a little bit because you're a little low
Gotta get
on the
closer to
mic?
my microphone.
Okay.
All right.
So right now we have scurried our way back into the Nicki Minaj Grift thing, and
Oh, bet.
I kind of want to know what your thoughts are about this whole thing.
I mean, it's a grift. I mean, we said it last week. This is who she is. She really don't care about what she's talking about. She don't care about real. She don't care about like her fans for real. All this is just her just getting over and her just trying to get what she can get out of it. You see, she got her gold card. She got her citizenship card, so that's official. And her brother and her husband are still up for pardon, so she gonna try and secure those things as well. So this is what it's about. This is not about anything else other than that. Everything else is word salad and in an act.
Mm. Strong words there, my brother. Strong words. I mean, wait. Do you really think they're gonna pardon them?
I don't think so. Listen, one thing we know about Donald Trump for real is that he'll drag his feet on anything and everything else unless it benefits him.
True.
So unless a pardon that she's seeking or whatever it is that she's seeking is something that benefits him, he ain't getting nothing. He ain't gonna give her nothing unless it finds a way to get something for him out of it. That's a
Mm.
fact.
Hey, what was the name of those ladies from the first campaign that he used to stand behind? The black ladies, the very loud, flamboyant black ladies.
Man, I don't even know. That name has been forgotten to the sands of time for me.
But if you guys remember in the comment section, let me know. But you guys remember
I know
that,
who you're
right?
talking about. I picture them. Like I'm seeing
Is
her in my mind's eye right now.
so
Just loud and
is this the
wrong.
same thing?
This is this is that. This is Latinos for Trump. This is Trump and yay. This is all that. It's all the same thing. It's like, see, somebody of a different color and different, in this case, a different sex also likes me. See, I'm
You
not
know what's
so bad.
you know what's crazy about that? Like you can go down the list of all the people that were championing his this second presidency, and they all have the same exit. Like nobody benefited from it but him. The Somalian people didn't benefit. The Latinos for Trump didn't benefit.
Mm.
I think one of the ladies' name was Cookie. They didn't
You know what?
benefit.
That sounds familiar. He met her in an ice cream parlor. Yeah.
Really?
No, that's DMX, bro.
Now we was just over here talking about Kanye West and hip hop and how inspired I was, and
Oh
then
man.
I'm out here missing DMX lines. That's on me. That's on me. So, do you have anything else to add on Nicki? Because I think I'm done with Nicki
No,
as
the
a
thing is
conversation at
ultimately,
this
bro,
point.
she's just a
I'm a little.
grifter, man. She a grifter that's on the grift, and that's it, man. She out here tap dancing and selling her soul, man. At the end of the day, when you doing that kind of crap, man, for as long as it's worth it to you, because for the rest of us, it ain't no
I missed that last part,
what
bro.
you doing. We see you, and we ain't gonna forget.
So it ain't no. There's no path back for her.
I mean, not for her, not for me, not for me. I'm a real one. You know what I'm saying? I know you a real one, so ain't for you either. Like her, Nelly, Snoop, we gonna side eye Ludacris for a long time, a
Yeah.
long time,
New.
huh?
You know. Speaking of them, one second, because
Yeah,
we can't just. No, Nova Kane is in the house. Good to see you.
sister.
Good to see you. Somewhere in the jumble of the entrance today, I definitely shouted you out, and I definitely was saying we hope you get better, sis. So, you know,
Yes,
you know what you've missed is a conversation about Nicki. We're just wrapping that up. I already talked about this stuff, but JB was late, so we're kind of going back into this a little bit. Um, I'm glad you brought up all those other rappers because that kind of leads into a point that I was making earlier. What is what is this new pipeline for hip hop to MAGA that's going on? Is that like a thing? Is it? I speculate that it's because of the idolization of Donald Trump earlier on in the '90s, because a lot of people love DT. You know what I'm saying? He was just
yeah,
like the pinnacle of money, and for hip hop that was like a huge
that's what
thing.
it
So
is.
do you think that's what it is still?
Oh, for sure, man. Like, listen, at the end of the day, bro, this all comes down to money, what they view as success is, and some of that view of success comes down to proximity to whiteness.
I don't think I tapped that
That
one.
safety, that security blanket. I'm near him. I'm with him, and there go ergo I'm safe. I'm
I
secure.
didn't. This Nicki Minaj part of this conversation is taking a lot more time than I expected. But you did bring up an excellent point that I did not initially think about to just now. The proximity to whiteness, which is also a thing that's embedded in our culture. You know,
No, that's a
and I'm
real
not talking
thing.
about black culture. I'm talking about the American
Culture in
culture.
general.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of cultures actually, not
As a
just ours.
society,
Yeah,
as a society, not just like us as black men, but just like Asians, Indians, um, like Latinos, like Hispanics, even some Africans when they come cross over, like they view the proximity to whiteness as like the goal.
this is
So
another
like
good one.
I'm gonna get to the money and I'm gonna get closer to them because they're to the pinnacle of power.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Instructor Novocaine said the rich sticks with the rich. Um,
You know what?
the
I like 80%, 80, 70, 80% agree with that. But we do see a lot of rich people who like openly are like quote unquote I'm gonna go Star Wars here, are an open rebellion
yeah,
against
yeah,
this
especially right now,
administration.
especially with what's been happening with I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it with the ice in
Yeah,
Minnesota here recently.
yeah. Lady
A lot
Gaga.
with the ice with ice in Minnesota here recently,
Yeah.
because we've lost in the past couple of weeks majorly. We're just talking about the major losses. We've had four. I believe. One in the custody of ICE, two on the street,
Mm.
and there was a black guy. And I did not
Before,
plan to talk about this, you guys. So,
okay. Keith,
and
yeah.
there was a black man, Keith, a couple of weeks before. What's the lady's name?
Renee.
Renee. Thank you. Also, if you're just tuning in, if this is your first time coming through, you should know that Novocaine is usually my brain when it comes down to the names, and by her not being here, my brain is just everywhere when it comes down to trying to remember names. Um, but yeah, we had four major ones here recently, and they've done everything to muddy the waters on that. But that's normal. That is how the system normally works. They're gonna find everything to make them look right and make the victim look wrong,
Yeah.
and that is so annoying. But to a lot of credit, a lot of celebrities have been coming out after this last one here, and they're like, okay, enough is enough. We're tired of seeing it. I hate that it took us to get to this point where we had to lose so many lives. I mean, one life is too many for me.
Hmm.
I'm also very anti-war. I'm just throwing this all out there now. So any loss of life for me is a problem because I also believe that everybody should have second chances. And yes, that goes for Nicki Minaj and Kanye West too. Is that a perfect system? No. But that's just my personal beliefs that's over here. You know what I'm saying? I have my
Oh,
beliefs over here, then I have what's actually happening over here. But anyway,
yeah. And it's like I don't want to
yeah.
get too radical. Like this is your platform. I don't want to get too radical. Um, I believe that when it comes to change and extreme change and radical change and change that need to be happening, sometimes there are costs and there are sacrifices that have to be made for the greater good. But in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like what happened to like in Minnesota with Renee and Alex and Keith and everybody else who's been involved in this is not it. This is not it. This ain't right. This ain't cool. This ain't kosher. This ain't even close to being what we need as a people. And because I don't care what side of the aisle you on, like I don't care what side of the aisle you on. Like that was just unnecessary. And I know
Yeah.
some people have been up in arms, like, well, how come we're not talking about Keith like the same way we're talking about Alex and Renee? And it's like the difference is we're on camera. We heard about Keith. We saw them. Not only did we see them, we saw the administration, like in this case of Alex, within minutes of it happening, gaslit us into believing that, well, this isn't what you saw. Like this is not it. This is not it. Hey, I know you thought it was a gun, it was not a cell phone. He attacked them, and it's like, dog, like we got. Not only do we see it in 1080, bruh, in 4K, we got it from multiple angles. We was even with Brady, like we saw that from multiple angles, and we saw like AI stuff and from from them that people try to produce, but it's like that's too late, bro. We've seen this from multiple angles of what you're talking about in computing. Like we are being lied to and gaslit, like in manipulated in real time. And they have done this so many times with so many different things, but this is the first time it's just like right here.
Yeah.
Right here. And
Yeah.
it really just begs the question. If they're doing this with stuff that we're seeing up front, what are they doing that we can't see?
I agree.
What are we doing? Okay,
So I
what are
think
they doing?
so a bit of a hope moment here. I know that this whole administration and everything that's been going on been seeming like doom and gloom and there's no way out. But I'm
No.
almost in the camp that is give it time. Well, we're not seeing power here, man. We're not.
Mm.
What we're seeing is we're losing control. And there's a lot of leaks. And these leaks are not coming from what they would be considered the peons. These leaks, hey Nessa, good to see you. These leaks that we're seeing right now within this administration is coming from the top brass. These
Yeah.
are coming from the partners, you know? And even with this last situation with with Ice, we seen one of them major guys get fired, and we seen Christy Nome leak. Hold on, wait. I haven't done this today. So allegedly, she leaked not plans, but conversations, or at least her side of what happened and what she's been told to do and who told her to do it. So give it time. Give it time. And I'm not going to dwell on this too much because I do want to pivot the conversation just slightly. We're not going back over Kanye. If you have anything to add to Kanye, maybe a little later. But what I do want to talk about is whether or not it's time for us to jump into the fight. Because I'm running
Okay.
on time. We got to get the Wonder Man. I think this is a good topic to talk about real quick since we're here. Do you think it's time for us to jump back into the fight? We did
Honestly,
discuss this a little bit earlier, but I want to hear what your thoughts are in full.
man, this is all right. So this is the most. I feel like has to be like a nuanced answer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like us, you know what I'm saying, as black people, like we've always been in the fight. Like we've always been in the fight. We've always been like, hey, here, not there, here. When it comes
Yeah.
to things like, man, I think, man, I had lost count of how many conversations me and you had about this last year, and I told you like, and I like one of my favorite things to phrase it was this was this was Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns 2, that election last year.
Mm.
Like this was a chance to end this, to end this breed of politics, to end what was coming. Because not only did we see it coming, and we as survivalists, like historical survivalists, have to see this coming, but the lady who was running for office told us verbatim, turn the police, pull like puppet for Putin, like
Yeah.
just she said everything, and we're sitting up here questioning like, is she black enough? Who is she sleeping with? Is she qualified? Why is she married to a white man? And it's like, dude,
None of that
lock
really matters in the long run. We
lock
gotta lock in,
in,
right? We gotta
lock
lock in.
in. This was serious, and people played, and people voted against their own interests, and people let things that are minuscule and insignificant just go by the wayside. And for what, man? For what? And it's like, I know that we tired. I know that we're here and that we're hearing this, but this is grave, bruh. This is grave. And like, and for everybody else, congratulations, welcome to the fight, welcome to the experience of what other people like us have been seeing and saying for centuries now.
So
Y'all got to pitch in, man. Y'all got to do something. Y'all have to.
so so this is my thoughts. This is my thoughts. I do not think we should be in the front lines of this. Not the front. Now, nuance is if you choose to do that, I'm not saying you shouldn't. But as an overall community, this light is bothering me, you guys. I'm sorry, I got it. Overall community, I do not think we should jump into this fight. Can we help out? Can we tell what needs to be done? Yes, absolutely. Can we build a flyer? Can we get on our soapboxes and can we inform? Can we teach about politics? Can we do those things? Yes. The reason I do not think we should be on the front line of this fight going into these protests is the moment we step into the protest, it is going to ramp up. It's going to amp up. We should not physically be in this fight. We can't be. We can't be. But we have to do something because the moment is getting heavy. We are at the if we're talking video game speak, and I know a lot of people don't agree with these things we're saying now. If we're talking video game speak, we're at the final boss and we need everybody to chip in just a little bit of energy to get us over. We need you to be Donald and actually we gotta be the Donald here and actually throw magic heal potions at Sora at the right time. Like this is what we have to be right now.
In sports terms, bro, we've been in the fourth quarter of this game since November of last year, bro.
True,
Like,
but I think
like
now is
this
that
is
moment.
like we're at the point now, man, where and I really hate sounding so dour, so doom and gloom about this, but the reality of our situation is like we we got to do something because like November is a long way away,
It is. Now we can't wait
a
into
long ways
June,
away.
January. And I agree with MK here. Not the entire thing. She said, no, we not in this fight. We tired and we told y'all. Time for the Senate and the House of Reps and the white folk to fight.
See, and I think the nuance, and here's why I say that's so nuanced because I agree that it shouldn't be us. It
No.
shouldn't be
We
us.
should not be at the forefront of this.
But at
We've
the
done. We
same
got us
time, man,
here.
like they're coming for us too, bro.
It's only a matter of time. We need
They
to be
are
prepared. So it's not
actively
jumping in, but it's be prepared.
like we've for the last year we've been able to benefit and be like, we told y'all, Latinos for Trump, y'all chilling, y'all good. Oh,
Yeah.
farmers, y'all straight, y'all
Bro,
happy over
jumping in
there.
right now though, we'll be playing into the trap.
I mean, in the words of Obi-Wan, man, I might have to spring the trap.
I think that's a good pin to put it. We're gonna put a pin in it right there
Okay.
because I want to end the show on a lighter note. Have you had a chance to ask them why ICE won't come to ATL? ICE might not be coming to
But they
Georgia, but
already
they
here.
did go to Fulton County and get
Yeah, they're
those
already
voter
here.
rolls though. They did get
Yeah,
those voter
and
rolls.
don't get me started on
We're
that.
not talking about that. I'm just
Don't
saying
get
it's
me
a
started
thing.
on that.
It's a thing that happened. And people like to wrap this conversation back around. And I don't want this just to be on the black hip hop artists because it's not. We
No,
had country music stars, but they're respected. We had rock stars. Some of those are respected. But if you're a punk rock person, I'm like, are you really if you supported this man? But our hip hop people, the one of our greatest imports of the black community, supporting him, even though with their eyes they can see just how damaging some of the policy and stuff could be, it's still really, really disappointing. Still really disappointing. And I shudder to ask this to you because we kind of been on a political soapbox for too long here. So you know what's inside of the Kanye West apology, the apology to the Jewish community, the apology to the black community, him talking about how his meds was off and how he's on a different regimen. These types of things is an apology.
mm-hmm.
Do you think Kanye West there's a road for Kanye West to come back as one of the hip hop prominent ambassadors or ambassador in society as a whole?
All right, I'll keep this short because I could ramble on for about 10 minutes about Kanye West and that apology. I'll limit it to this: the best apology is a change behavior.
Absolutely.
And he's offered us the apology. It's up to us as individuals to whether or not we accept that or not. But ultimately, it's up to him now that he's put it out there to show change and to be better and to show that he's willing to have a commitment to his medicine and to whatever mental help he's getting and what to his therapist. And then over time, it's going to take that for us to be like,
Yeah.
okay, well maybe that was a gas leak here or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best apology is change behavior. So time.
I like that. That's a good way to wrap that up. All right. I know you probably didn't get a chance to watch Wonder Man,
I did not yet.
but I promise you there is a way for you to get into this conversation. But before we get to what I know you know about, I want to talk about just how great this show is. So, if you will, give me a second for the spotlight.
Okay.
You guys. I know a lot of us are mad at Disney Plus right now, and I know a lot of us have been disappointed with Marvel for various reasons. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. But I promise you, and I've not finished the show. I'm only 4 episodes in. But if you liked Atlanta, this is Marvel's Atlanta. Wonder Man is Marvel's Atlanta. Am I the person that came up with this? No. But I felt it the entire time I was watching it. Yahya Abdul Mateen, Ben Kingsley, they are changing the game for acting within the MCU. And that is me giving them really high marks. JB can attest to this. I am a very hard person to please.
That's a fact.
And one of my favorite shows is Captain America and Bucky, the Bucky Captain America show.
Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Thank you. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Captain Falcon,
What?
you gotta say the whole thing.
Captain Falcon. I feel so disrespectful. Stop it. Let me get through the monologue. When I tell you that this might be my favorite MCU show of all time, bro, y'all seen Yahya Abdul Mateen in so much. You've seen Ben Kingsley in a lot of things as well. More than just inside the MCU. You've seen these people act. You know these are actors. Like, they don't play no games. When I tell you this show is amazing, by the time you get to episode 3, give it to the end of episode 3, and I guarantee you, you're gonna wait to get to episode 4, and then episode 4 is gonna throw the biggest curveball at you because Josh Gad is in there, and that's really not a spoiler. We knew he was gonna be there, but the way they use celebrity cameos to play them their real selves here, man, I don't think I've seen the show do it as well. I haven't. The writing is really good. The trailers made you feel like this is gonna be just a bunch of jokes all day. It's not that. The emotional gravity in this show is so amazing. And that is my rant, my review of why you should go watch Wonder Man. Make sure you give it to episode 3. You're going to stay for episode 4. I guarantee it. Okay. So now we got to talk about the issues with Marvel and this show. Because the show is not the issue. It's Marvel's concern. And even though they didn't come out and say this, I'm going to tell you why they're concerned about it. And it's their rollout to shows like Wonder Man, because it seems like, and this is where you're going to jump in, JB, it seems like Marvel does not know how to promote their black shows correctly.
No.
Take it away, JB. What's your feelings on Marvel and black shows? Because that's the one thing you're coming with the shows that's failed. And it's not just black shows in general, but also
I think it's
people
black
of color
people
as well.
behind the scenes. I think it's like that's the big thing. I think you could look at what we have. Like Blade has been a problem to roll out at this point. We've gone through like 3 or 4 directors and headliners. Man, what's my man's name? Mahershala Ali has held up essentially his career for this. And how hard can it be to make a movie about a vampire that kills other vampires? How hard can it be? Like, that's asinine. And they're like, okay, well, that could be something. That could be a production issue. Okay, whatever. But then you look how they rolled out Ironheart. They kind of just spit it out over the course of like 2 weeks. Then, and this is like the inside thing.
But also you have to know that Ironheart is a show connected to Ryan Coogler as well, which is wild for them.
Wild. I mean, don't even get me started about how when Black Panther came out, they didn't have merch, toys, like anything ready for it. They didn't have anything. You couldn't find initially after Black Panther dropped anything. Then, and here's the thing the other thing that bothers me is behind the scenes is Bo DeMaio talks about this openly, how he was dismissed and how he was overlooked and his ideas were just kind of just hand waved on his work on X-Men 97.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
like, and
to be fair with Bo, there was some things being said, and he hasn't not disproven them with the way he's been handling things here lately.
nah,
Just
nah.
saying. Just saying.
I mean, you can we could take Bo's words with not necessarily a grain, but just kind of like noted,
Yeah. Because I
noted
do believe there's definitely some truth there.
for
But
sure, for sure. There has to be. But yeah, just all of this just comes down to the fact that Marvel has grossly mishandled its black characters, its black shows, its black productions, its black writers, its black producers, black directors, except for Ryan Coogler.
he's kind of
I mean, you
undeniable.
can really, I mean, honestly, not even just that. You can say that for the women too. I mean, look at how they
True.
handle Chloe Zhao for the Eternals. No plans for an Eternal 2, and
Yeah.
how that whole thing is kind of planned out.
So what's the Marvel um thing that they put Echo under? What is it? Searchlight? Is it Searchlight? Spotlight. Marvel Spotlight.
Yeah,
And they kind of that's how you know they're so usually if they don't have a lot of faith in the show, they kind of just throw it over there as its own thing.
yeah,
And when they just kind of dump a show altogether, that means they are afraid of the reception of the show. So, given the uniqueness of Wonder Man here, I think it was less that they didn't want to promote the show and more they were worried because of the type of show it is. They didn't know how to promote it. Because if you look at the promotion materials and then you watch the show, while they are some parallels there, it's not giving you much. Like I said, by the time you get to three, you hit with emotions that you from the trailer you wouldn't expect. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um,
And it's man barely promoted. Like
okay, so and I wanted to talk about this for the. I'm glad you brought that up too, because I don't know if it's being barely promoted or if it's just because we're all locked into the algorithms that we're locked into. Because for me, I seen mad Marvel promotions for Wonder Man. Now, did I see promotions for Wonder Man on the day Wonder Man dropped? No, I will say that. They were promoting Daredevil down their timeline, at least on Facebook.
mhm.
But, but to their credit, they were having Yaya show up. Is it Yaya or Yaya?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, they had Yaya
Listen,
show up
yeah.
on the red
Cousin,
carpet as Simon Williams. Yeah, that's your fam, ain't it? As Simon Williams. They had Ben Kingsley show up as Slatherly. Slatherly, right? That's how you say the name. I believe I'm correct. The
fake
character.
Mandarin.
Yeah, fake Mandarin. They did like fake podcast interviews. They were doing interviews in character. They did show a bunch of trailers, bumpers. I saw posters. Like I saw all this stuff, but like you didn't see it. I think Novocaine said she didn't see any of it. So I think Disney didn't do what it was supposed to do to bust through the algorithm like it needed to, which
Hey,
still proves you right that they did not promote it the right way. But I can't say it was zero promotions. It's either Disney is making a mistake or Facebook is like, "Hi,
but man,
new algorithm. Good luck.
but man,
Disney didn't pay us enough."
I didn't see no billboards. I heard nothing on the radio.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you in Atlanta though, so
yeah,
yeah,
like
you would expect billboards.
I saw Ironheart stuff like all over the place.
Now I want to know how much of that was Ryan Coogler and his production
I mean,
company
that
promoting
could
it.
be a fact because I did see his name on. His name was on it. This is like a Ryan Coogler production. It was there.
We also didn't see a lot for Eyes of Wakanda when it dropped too. No, I can
No,
say I
Oz
didn't
of
see a
Wakanda
lot
kind of
for
just
Eyes of
came and
Wakanda.
went.
It
Oz of,
did.
but that was also one of those. See, and I can kind of give that like a little bit of an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I can give that a little bit of an understanding because
Why?
it's animation.
Okay. I was gonna say, did you not think
Purely
it
because of
was?
that. Purely because of that.
It
Like, I mean, I
was
saw
it
a
on
promotion
par
for
with
Marvel
everything else?
Zombies, but I didn't see like a lot of it, and that dropped around the same time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't see a lot for Marvel Zombies. So, do you think we have an experimental fear thing going on within the Marvel, and that is
I,
because and
mm,
because we're and I say we as if we're part of the production, and because it's excuse me, black people and people of color. Do you think that is more so what's going on? Because we already kind of it's hard to already promote us if we're not doing gang stuff, if we're not doing hood stuff, and yes, there's a difference.
see,
If we're not doing the thievery or the evil dark skinned twin versus the angel light skinned twin type
that's
stuff,
funny.
um, they feel like they don't have a lot of stories to tell with black people, and
See,
that's not me saying it. There has been plenty of writers on threads on Facebook
that's that's
on
a that's an effort thing on their part.
yeah.
That's effort on their part. Like, if you're the big dog, Marvel's the big dog. Marvel's been the big dog for a
Absolutely.
long time. You're telling me that you can tell me interesting and compelling stories about a talking raccoon and a tree that says three words on at least five different occasions. You can give me interesting character work with all that, but you can't tell me anything with black people that's not, depending on how you look at it, a bootlicking military man in an iron suit that he's piggybacking off his white best friend, or a literal African nation. You
Mm.
can't tell me there's not a lot you could do without that. Besides that, that's a skill issue.
Mm.
That's a skill
My man's
issue.
JB said, "Get your skills up. Get your skills up, Marvel. What you doing?
And
Disney?
also, like, low key, that's a choice.
Oh yeah, it absolutely is, especially
That's
in
a
this political
choice.
climate. I mean, look at Ubisoft. They were supposed to drop an Assassin's Creed game about
Yasuke.
more or less so. No. It was gonna be a new
Okay.
assassin. I forgot what time period it's gonna be in, but it was gonna be around the time period where the KKK existed, and you were gonna be against
Okay.
them. And out of fear of the backlash of the minority loud people, we're not gonna say who they are, but you know who they are. They were like, they're too loud. We're gonna just scrap that. The most interesting game they was gonna have, other than this scary game, they were like, we can't do it because we have a fear
Oof.
of the
That's a
backlash
that's a
from
different
those
conversation,
people that's
DK.
in that in those
Ooh,
shades and
that's
those
a different
the
conversation.
shades. You know the
Yeah,
shades.
that's a different conversation, man. Because we're at that point, we're talking about white fragility at that point. So,
Yes, yes, but
white
how
fragility at that
many
point.
how many projects have been canceled, or how many projects have been um, buried under nothing but discomfort for those type of people? And it's not all white people,
Mhm.
man, because it's
No, it's
some
definitely not all white people,
amazing white people out here in the world, you guys.
for
But
sure.
that small community of people that has nothing to do but be online and functionally crash social media posts and
Mhm.
harass actors and actresses and studio execs and studio heads. They get tired of it. And if you were in their shoes, and I know we're black, so we're used to this type of thing, but
Mhm.
if you're not used to that type of thing, it's a lot easier for you to just be like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
And they have no
it's
connections to us to feed into our representation. And I
yeah,
think
it's
that's the
easier
most
to
important.
it's easier to be dismissive or easier to feel some type of way. I mean, hit dog's always gonna holler, but we
True,
always
true,
appreciate
true.
we always appreciate the real ones that are able to look at the situation objectively and know that when these things are talked about, we're not talking about you as an individual.
Yeah.
Never talking about you as an individual.
No, 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 no. But shout
Unless you
out to
feel
Naughty
away.
Dog.
Unless you feel away.
Shout out to Naughty Dog. Cause Naughty Dog be like, we gonna do what we want. Hey, you
Facts.
gonna buy it or you not. And also here's Last of Us 8.5. It's the second Last of Us 2, but the 18th iteration of it. Enjoy that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you when you're right. So shout out to Naughty Dog.
Shout out to Naughty
Sometimes
Dog.
Ubisoft. I mean, they did give us Aquele,
Yeah,
where he
man.
was
They
out
hold
here
it
freeing
down.
the slave brothers, but we gotta move past that.
They hold it down in Gates. I mean Gates. Excuse me.
Wow.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Um, is there anything else you want to cover before we end this show, my guy? Because do you have a last thing? My last thing's already been said. My last thing was literally Wonder Man, because I'm so excited by that show. And no, I don't like to shill for corporations all the time, but I am a fan of Yahya Abdul Mateen and Ben Kingsley. So and this show. So go watch it, please. We need more. We need to flood these shows, especially when they're great, so they give us more of these shows, so they have the confidence to know that people like us are going to watch and defend them against the people that don't want them to be on the show or on their TV, even though they can just turn away. Anyway, sorry. Continue. What's your last thing?
Honestly, man, I could go so many directions. Like I said, this month has been a year, bro. Like we got so many opposites, so many directions. I feel compelled to speak on. We can go to how Bill Belichick didn't get a first ballot nod into the Hall of Fame, which
That's
is
crazy, by the way.
asinine, bro. Like I can say one curse word real quick, right? Real quick, just one.
PG-13.
Okay, I know that he's historically just been an ass. Like they see the perception that he is. He's
Yeah.
stern and he don't smile a lot. He wear the same cutoff hoodie, and I know that thing smell crazy. But if if a man who won 6 Super Bowls, regardless of whatever you think of the when and the why and the how, can't get into the Hall of Fame on the first try, but his accomplice Tom Brady can, then what
That's
are we
crazy.
doing?
I'm a little
What
disappointed.
are we doing?
I'm
What
I'm
is
no
happening?
I'm no Bill Belichick fan. Okay.
Nah, screw that guy.
But I got respect for what that man did for the game, and just on that alone, even through the Gate, put that man in. He should be
The
first
fake
round
gate, the
ballot. Y'all
court
need to
gate.
go fix this. Y'all need to fix this. NFL, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Man. Even outside of that, um, the Atlanta Falcons hires Kevin Stefanski as their head coach, and there's a lot of conversation about whether or not he's a racist and how he did or didn't treat Shador Sanders
Mm.
during his time as a Cleveland head coach and his qualifications for being a head coach right away. Um, I'll say this real quick about that. First of all, if he was such a good if all the best head coaches in their destinations are already there and they're locked. If you're looking for a new head coach because something didn't work, you have to try something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we all have been on a job where you are the best employee in a rough situation. Like I'm not going to speak on the behind the scenes things on Shador and what the happening. Can I get an allegedly real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay,
You
okay.
gotta, you know what I'm saying? All right. Do you want it now?
Yeah, let me go like
Wait,
right
wait,
now.
wait. All right, there we go.
Allegedly, reports have come out that he was having a detailed um, uh, progression development plan for not only Shador for Dylan Gabriel as well. Also, allegedly, he had no say over his personnel and no say over who was signed to the team over the course of his tenure there.
Really?
And if you're working in dysfunction like that and you still win Coach of the Year twice, you win 11 games in one of the toughest divisions in football twice, that those things don't happen by accident. Those things don't
Yeah.
happen like whatever. But look, man, if you black and you questioning why that happened or why somebody black didn't get the job, whether it's for the Atlanta Falcons or whatever, like to a degree, man, like these things do happen. Like we're not gonna say otherwise, but but sometimes, man, sometimes it's just what they know. They know more than us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes they know more than us. Sometimes we have to pay attention to it. We saw Mike Vrabel was the head coach of Tennessee 4 years. Didn't didn't by a lot of standards look great, but we also know he had dysfunction in the front office. He gets fired. He goes to New England, and now he's in the Super Bowl.
Sometimes
Sometimes it's just your work environment. Sometimes it's your front
facts.
office. Sometimes it's just that. And yeah, man, that's all I'm saying, man. Like, I know that's a personal thing because, of course, I'm from Atlanta and I'm a Falcons fan, but I'm just saying, like, from all the conjecture and all the talk and all the conversation about like potential racism when it comes to Shador and his experience and whatnot, this man ain't throw nobody under the bus. This man, the reports that have come out in time since, he hadn't said nothing bad about the man since. Shador has never said nothing about that man at all. As far as what the truth actually is, we'll never get it.
Probably
We
not.
will.
At least
We'll
not
never get
until
it.
like 20 years, 20 years down the road, and they're doing like a documentary, and Shador sitting there like, let me
And
tell y'all what really happened.
who might care at that point?
Who knows? Who knows? You know
Who
how
who
documentaries
might
work.
care at that point? And unless Shador goes on to set the world on fire, or like in for the rest of his career, and I hope he does, and this will be like a footnote in the career that Shador might have, the legendary career he might have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, all
Wishing
right, all
for the
right.
best for all parties involved.
Yeah, we got to cut you short right there. Thank you for your last things. But before I get into the exit of this show, shout out to the Culture Clash Network because number one,
He,
JB is also a part of the Culture Clash Network. JB versus the World podcast is right there on the screen. JB versus the World. Make sure you go tap in and check out all his clips and shows and everything he does over on his YouTube channel. Find him on Facebook and on the Instagrams wherever he's at. Find him and
it's
say
spelled like
hello and
this. You
tell him I
spell it
sent
out. You
you.
put it together. You say it one time like a Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, and you tell them I sent you, and make sure that you go over there. You follow us over there as well. Shout out to Nessa and John from Nessa's from also both Culture Clash Network. Nessa is from the Humble Roses podcast, and I think she also moonlights around with the Sports for You over there with John and Co and company and co-conspirators over there that way it's Sports for You
Co-conspirators is
podcast.
crazy.
So check all of that out because those are some great people and I absolutely love hanging out in their comment sections from time to time as well. Also, get your podcast at JoJo. They were over there on our Instagram live. I saw them. They didn't say anything, but I sent you. And so much love. Thank you for tapping in. And everybody else that came through to the student section. We're trying to make that a thing. And eventually we're going to have merch. And I'm trying to figure out what that merch is going to look like. So maybe we do student section t-shirts. Maybe we do logo tees, whatever the case. Hopefully by the summer, we'll have that rolling like I need it to be rolling. But do me a favor and head over to www.societyandpopculture101.com where you can find everything you need about society and pop culture 101. Make sure you head over to Good Pods, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon, wherever your favorite podcast platform is at. We over there too, where you can also find those links. You know where? In one place. Say it with me, www.societyandpopculture101.com. Anyway,
.com.
I have been Instructor BK Spades, and you
I
are.
am your gym teacher, JB versus the world.
Thank you for coming through, JB, man. You
I appreciate you
made
having me,
an
brother.
already tense situation today because of all the 20 something minutes of tech issues I was having and unsurety about the mic go over so much more smoothly. So I appreciate you popping through. Thank you. And again, student session, thank you for coming through. Thank you to everybody that shared this stream. We are done. We are out.
Ball Brothers signing out.
Not the bald brothers signing out. All right, y'all. We out. Love y'all, man.